I am fucking perfect. And we have to acknowledge, like, my small titties. I used to judge them like they're so tiny. Fuck them, they're mine, and I have them, and they're beautiful because they're mine. My big ass fucking nose. It is part of my ancestral line. This gap. Come to find out, this is beauty in Nigerian culture. Like what? My big ass lips that I used to be judged for, they're mine, and it's beautiful, and it's perfect, and it's amazing. And for so long to feel so constricted in the imagery of, or the fears of, does my image match what you want it to look like? Fuck you and your bald-headed grandma. I am perfect, and you are perfect. So this is gonna be one of those videos. I don't know who this is going to help, but it's definitely for me. I was sitting in the bed and I was just relaxing my body, having a very spiritual experience, microdosing. And as I was thinking about moving my body, I thought about how stuck it feels. And I thought about how, I hope I'm in focus. I thought about how my hips feel tight and sometimes my back, and I'm a personal trainer. But when I was moving my body without instruction, without someone saying left, right, up, down, I realized that I was literally just twirling all over the bed. I was just twirling and doing flips. And my body started to speak to me because I just moved in a way that was not clean. And it wasn't cute, but it was so healing because as I was moving my arm in weird ways, I noticed like it was stuck, and it was an energy that I had opened, and it was an experience that was attached to that stuck shoulder. When I stretched my leg up, I realized that my foot was irritating a nerve that traveled all the way up to my hip that was affecting my womb. So when I stretched and I released that foot, I felt this sadness come from me, and I cried. And then I just kept moving and flipping, exploring what other energy is stuck. And we get into these routines in life, right? Where we are told to sit, stand, move, don't move. We're all on this rigid way of life. A lot of people work remotely, and lucky for them if they get like 10 minutes to just walk around. You're blessed if you get 30 just to walk, and then you get a lunch break. But we're on this strict time schedule. We don't have time to check in with our bodies until we realize, oh, I'm limping. And it was so unfortunate because even though I'm a personal trainer, I even thought about that. Like, I just move, and even that can be very basic because I do strength training. And I'm like, when I was in the bed though, and I was moving my hips to the sound of me, to the music that I hear, I cried and I giggled because it was all of these layers of emotions that were stuck that I did not address because I'm just on the go. I'm on this time. I'm on this clock. I got to catch the next bus. I got to make sure that I'm not late according to who knows. And then you get the frustration of the day. And then when you come home and you realize my shoulder just needs to move, I don't need to lift nothing. I just need to follow that energy and see where it takes me. And when you realize it's saying, yo, you have sadness stuck in your shoulder, or you have anger stuck in your hip, or you have frustration and worry stuck in your knee. I remember, man, when let me say this. I feel like things attract people who've done it in a past life. I microdose and I love it. I love it because I respect it. And every time I've tried to abuse it, chasing a high or an experience, it denied me, which lets me know it takes care of me. When I show it respect, it shows me respect. And when I decided to microdose, I decided it because I felt like it decided me. Everybody has their thing. I feel like you either smoke or you drink. It's usually not both with the same intensity. I've always felt this urge to have this energy of release. Like I've always felt like I remember I was watching the documentary of Left Eye, and she was saying she always felt like this spirit was hovering over her until she died. And I remember being younger, and I was in my aunt's bedroom, and there was like this event going on in the room, in the living room, and I was just yelling and crying. And I was so afraid of death. I was so afraid of dying at such a young age. And when I watched that documentary of Left Eye, I realized that's what I felt. I felt a spirit just always hovering over me, always hovering over me. And I couldn't understand it at that age. But as I got older and I started microdosing and relaxing and shifting into more spiritual energy, I realized what I was experiencing as a young child was my higher version guiding me. And that energy was so big that I thought it was something that was going to attack me. I think a lot of people are afraid to be alone because they're afraid to experience the leakage of how big they are when they're just by themselves. When you're by yourself and you're just feeling your energy can ooze out of you, and then you hear the cabinet moving and you can see things shifting, and it's like I'm just here by myself, and it's like, well, now your energy is so big that it's now filling the room, so it's moving around. I used to think that there were spirits around me, and there are, in the best way possible, but I also realized that's me guiding me. That's me letting me know I'm here. Don't be afraid. The fear of self, I think, is such a horrible thing, because it's like an unknown, it's a fear that you can't explain, because it's like, well, who would be afraid of, why would you be afraid of you? But there's so many of us who are literally not just afraid but terrified to see how big we can really be. We are terrified to sit alone and allow all of those emotions to just come up and tell us the lies that we've been hiding. When I really realized that I've dated men out of fear of being alone, when I realized I was living my life because I wanted the approval of my father, I wanted my mother to understand me, I wanted my brother to like me, when I realized that I was really shrinking because I just didn't want to feel like a problem if I did take up space, when I realized that this energy of always feeling like I have to prove something and being overcritical and always like having to control came from when I was born. My mom didn't have things prepared for me, so she got the abundance of a parent who was prepared for their daughter, but she died, and I got all of her leftovers. And I always felt this energy of, I'm gonna prove to this baby who was born the same day as me, who would be the same age as me, who would be a female just like me, that listen, I deserve to be here even though you're not. I had that breakthrough today, that I am living my life for energies and it's draining me. And I had to be alone with my energy. I had to be alone with myself, my subconscious, to hear for the very first time. My biggest fear is that I don't fulfill a calling on people for people who were not even here. I felt like I needed to do something big and grand and great immediately because this baby died and I got all of her leftovers. And I want her parents subconsciously to know that who I gave my daughter's stuff to, she's doing something great with her life. I didn't want to feel the burden of I am 33 and there are moments when I do not know what I'm doing and I don't know where I'm going, but I always feel like I have to get there. That burden of feeling like you owe your life to someone who you've never met is wild. Feeling like there is this energy just hovering, watching you like, you ain't doing enough is wild. You cramp up. You just wanna, you kind of wanna just wither because it's like if I just stay small, if I don't do anything, if I don't do anything, I can't be a problem. And I'm so grateful that I was just moving my body and just moving in this ugly, cute, beautiful, you can't tell me how to move way that I was able to explore like, oh my God, I'm carrying these weights of expectations for people who either already have their own life so they can't have mine, or they have already transitioned and they can't see me now. And if they can, I hope I'm making them proud, but it's not for them. It's not for them. And to release such a burden, oh my goodness, to release a burden that you didn't know you were carrying is magnificent. It is magnificent because energetically you feel where things just start to become limp because you was holding it in the same position for so long. When you just unshrug your shoulders and you're like, I forgive me for every dumb motherfucking thing I did. I call back all the energy that I gave to these bitches. I live my life authentically. If I'm the fucking problem, so what? Move accordingly. If you didn't want me, I don't give a fuck. I want me. If you don't like me, bitch, get in line. And even if saying it sounds so rough, who gives a fuck? And I'm realizing, like, yo, you have every right to say fuck all of y'all hoes. Like, you have every right to say, I want what I want in the healthiest way possible. I want what I want in the healthiest way possible and in the most disrespectful motherfucking way possible. That when I transition from this world, I don't need to leave a marks on no motherfucking body. I just did the shit that I wanted to do my way. We all just focusing, you got to be here at 5 o'clock. Bitch, fuck you. I'll be there when I get there. And I know that if I'm late on your time, I'm on time every motherfucking day because spirit provides. It's okay. We're being bombarded with this burden, and it's like, fuck them burdens. Fuck. So it's like sometimes you just gotta use those words like fuck that. I'm here. There are people that I grew up with who are not here, but I'm here. And that's joyous. That's beautiful. That deserves a round of a motherfucking applause. And it's not from nobody else but me. Sometimes I will feel bad just reading a book, like I should be doing something else. Bitch, read that comedy book. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough when I'm just, wanting to do a word search. Fuck that. Sometimes when I'm like, I want to make money and I want to know how. Just show the fuck up. Society got it fucked up, making us think we gotta be all clean and cute. I'm up here with a scarf, and I bet you I'm gonna bless somebody because it's raw and it's real and it's true and it feels good and it sounds good when you can say, this is who I fucking am, and I came here with everything that I need. I live my life for no motherfucking body. If you want to be a part of this bitch, let's go. If not, get the fuck out my way. Because it's a burden to constrict your words. It's a burden to constrict your essence. It's a burden to always think, how are they going to perceive me? How are they going to look at me? Fuck them. They don't even want to look at themselves. They haven't even sat with themselves long enough to realize who they are. And we over here walking the earth, nervous and scared of being judged by bitches who you can't even see me. Your vision is blurred, bitch. You can't see clear if you wanted to. I had to say, I am perfect. I am perfect. And I hate when we say perfect don't exist. Yes, the fuck it does, because every time I look in the mirror, I see it. And I'm realizing perfect has been fucked up because we thought perfect meant no flaws. You have all the answers. You've accomplished everything. You're just it. You're tea. Fuck tea. Bitch, I'm juice. I'm perfect because I'm complete. Everything that I am, my scars, my trials, my tribulations, every experience that was fucking crazy, whether it made me laugh or cry, I am fucking perfect. And we have to acknowledge, like my small titties, I used to judge them like they're so tiny. Fuck them, they're mine, and I have them, and they're beautiful because they're mine. My big ass fucking nose, it is part of my ancestral line. This gap, come to find out, this is beauty in Nigerian culture. Like what? My big ass lips that I used to be judged for, they're mine, and it's beautiful and it's perfect and it's amazing. And for so long to feel so constricted in the imagery of or the fears of, does my image match what you want it to look like? Fuck you and your bald-headed grandma. I am perfect and you are perfect. And it's so draining to think that if we have the car, we'll feel what we need to feel. If we have the man or the woman, if we relocate, we'll feel what we need to feel. Feel what you need to feel now. When you live in the projects like I do, when you have to battle with nosy ass and loud ass neighbors like I do, feel worthy now. Because when you attract that shit, when it actually comes, you're not going to be so shocked. You're just going to be like, oh shit, let's go. About time it physically got here, because energetically I was already there. God, I love me. And I love me because each time I think I'm somewhere, I'm not. And it's exciting because it's like, whoa, I can really stretch. I can think I'm here when I'm actually there. And then I can think I'm there when I'm actually here. And guess what? Bitch, I can figure this shit out. Like, it can be fun and it can be crazy and it can be scary and it can be beautiful. And 33, no man, not no man, I got a man. Um, we be having our moments, but we heal it. No babies. And if I had one, I would be blessed, but I don't have one and I'm still blessed. I live in the projects and I could be like, fuck this, but I'm happy because it's still a building that supports me. I'm not on the street and I can still provide insight and information like this. I used to envy bitches that lived in homes, and then I realized like them bitches is miserable. You got all that fucking space. Your man is always away. You just a good view to look at, but you're fucking miserable. I used to compare so much comparing that it robbed me of realizing like I am amazing. I can laugh at my own fucking jokes. I'm kind and I can do fucked up shit. I can be a dick at the same time. Like I have range of emotion. You don't know what you're going to get sometimes. And it's a beautiful, chaotic, aligned, perfect mess, but it's mine. God. And I just had to get that off because I gotta go to the bathroom later.